Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alan Cook, and I'm here to show you the two most famous paintings I believe that exist today. The Mona Lisa and the new found painting that is called Midion. I've been working on Midion for approximately 5 years. It is a new painting that has been found that I am going to show you the extreme uh, connection between them all. Um, First of all, if it shows, hopefully, on camera, there's a horse here. There's the same thing as a horse here. There's an owl here. There's an owl here above her head. There's the Mona's face. Mona's face goes here and her body fits in here absolutely flawless. She actually fits over the top flawlessly again. There's a bent finger, which is a reason why that the Mona has been passed up all these years, is because the first thing that a true blue artist critic will pass up a painting that so happens to have improper hands that are done. But if you x-ray the Mona Lisa's hand down below, and you will have to go through about 30 different types of degrees of pulling, you will actually see his white film of hidden bent pinky of her left. This is the elder Mona Lisa. If you actually look also, there's a Santa sock. Merry Christmas anyway. And it actually spells out Leonardo. Leonardo. There's the O. There's the L. It's right through here. The same thing in lightness is actually gone across. There's also an MF in his paintings, not just the Mona. There's an MF that is very vague from the filming megabytes, in which I'm only limited to what I've researched to get. If I actually had higher end, I'll be giving you a heck of a lot more information. I have a book called Passion of Love. And you can go to midionpassion at gmail.com and you put in your request at the email, and someone would get back to you. The price is $67 plus tax plus shipping. Now, here's the first of it. Now, I'm going to show you that this little icon down here is the same that's in her pinky. The next photo is of the main painting itself. It is actually initialed the two lovers, Melzi and Leonardo, down here. They had to hide their art when they were putting it in the paintings because it was not legal to have a relationship back then as such. This is, I call, the Rubik's Cube Man. The Rubik's Cube Man is actually located above her head, and microscopically you cannot see it with the human eye. So the Rubik's Cube Man is actually like 80 different colors, 80 different individuals, and a man and a face, and it comes out to other bodies, and you'll be able to really look at it when you do. You're going to find out that the Rubik's Cube Man is unbelievable, just in a sense. All these little dots, because it's gotten to the pixels, they're actually faces and bodies, and they're smaller, probably my opinion, 100 times smaller than a grain of sand. And I have a somewhat thought of how he did it, and I do believe he did it with crystals and diamonds to project it like a magnifying glass 100 times smaller than his actual drawing he did, and when you actually shoot it with a camera. This is the actual symbol that's in her finger in that little doodad. Also, there's tons of the same symbol throughout. It's the exact match. This is the picture, excuse me, of an X-ray that's in the Mona. This is my painting, and it is the same man that's in here. The same. Now, you can X-ray many different ways because it's called, if you do an X-ray check, you will find out you can end up with 20 different degrees of shooting your rays into a painting. You really have to do some scientific and studies. This is Salih. This is in the X-ray. It's actually spelt out Salih, and here's his face, and he points to it. There's an arrow here, and then there's arrows that float around. He also has the big old wormy snake look, whatnot. There's actually a horse when you turn it. All kinds of things are in here. This particular painting, along with his others, is actually got multi-millions of paintings, which actually comes into trillions. Here's the S-A-L-A-I. It's much larger. And what he does, he puts faces on top of faces on top of faces on top of faces, kind of like transparency. Here's the next picture. This is of her sleeve, okay? And if you want to see her sleeve, how big it is, there it is. But when you actually get into the detail, this is a very large indication. This actually spells out Melzi loves Leonardo. Okay, and here is the write-out on it. It doesn't have the write-out for Leonardo, but it does have Melzi written in here, M-E-L, Z-I, and L-O-V-E-S. And then Leonardo is extremely difficult to come up with. You have to have an extremely high-end monitor, which blew up. It was a $35,000 monitor. It blew up 5 days before I finished this book. Now, this is a pretty cool deal. Now, this is something new that I decided to add it. I'm really new to YouTube. This is a lightning rod. And if you actually look at some of these stars, they line up kind of like letter sheets in different ways he wishes. He does it in any way. He'll overlay, 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 overlay. Believe it or not only is he painting, and he's got all these highlights and different deals that are actually chemicals that are penetrating different looks. So this look here, much deeper when you get into it, is a totally different image. But believe it or not, in this I hate to say that, but in this image, you can actually see the head's face. This line is probably, I would say, 50 times smaller than a hair width. And in it, he's actually put his whole story inside this. And he's built it with little portraits inside. This image here is unable to be seen. This larger image is unable to be seen with the human eye. And I actually call him the man skiing to Gumby. He looks like Gumby. But if you take this image and you turn it, it changes every little single thing of his art. His art is done by math. And so when you actually get into his work, you'll find out that he was not only just a great mathematician, he was very hidden in code and whatnot. My belief is that in Salvador Mundi, my painting is within here. And when it overlays, but I have an extremely low resolution ability to be able to go. Now this, I do believe, is the Lady of Ermine, and along with probably all his other paintings in there. Obviously, there's nothing in which I have seen today, up to today, that he has not actually take the wind out of my stomach of the ordeal of the hidden art in which he has. Now, the Mona Lisa, okay, the initials on Mona Lisa, okay, are ML. L for Leonardo, M for Melzi, Francisca. Okay, that's pretty, wow. That's been there all that time. Now, they found the code in the Mona Lisa's eyes. Google it. You will find out that they found the code in the Mona Lisa's eyes. They found a CE, an LV, an L2, a 149, and a B. Now, I can tell you what all those mean, but I'm just going to, which I don't even have in my book, but I'll give you a little treat. The LV, in between the L and the V, not only does it stand for his initials, and he's signed many, many, many different ways, is that he put a coded O and a backwards E. So there's L-O-V-E, love in the Mona Lisa's eyes. Now, also, to go on top of that, you have the CE. Well, the C is actually stands for Katharina, his mother that he loved. The E is an M turned sideways to hide his love again, which Melzi. So who's in the eyes of the Mona Lisa? The two greatest loves of his life, his mother, his lover. Now, I know that I have tons more, which is not even in my book, but you know, my book is $67. I'm going to show it to you. It's right there. And it is 30 pages. You can go to my website. Not website, my email. And it's midionpassion@gmail.com. Takes 3 working weeks to get. $67 plus tax, plus shipping. And if you are out of state, you don't get taxed. But if you have any nice comments, or you like this YouTube, please be free to do so. I will be more than happy to continue with this type of work. I want to say God bless, Merry Christmas. I hope you all stay safe. And let me get you back to, there you go. Okay, the 2 greatest paintings on the planet is my feelings. God bless.